anti-LGBTQ positions.
What's going on, people? Trying to get oriented for the day. It's the 29th, which is Tuesday, March. My old routine was to, and it's still my routine, but the part that's been impacted is trying to listen to the morning news and then NPR morning shows. And the artifice of everything is just so nauseating. I can't stand hardly listening.
Yeah, law school, these are supposed to be...
The topic this morning is free speech, and yet I don't think I'm imagining it. I can hear Magna Chakrabarti, she don't have no damn free speech, Everything is bought and paid for. Sucks. Okay. So, yesterday most of y'all don't know this person, but I want to mention her and another artist whose records I don't have, but I think I have his work somehow. Haven't traced it yet, but found out yesterday that Mira Calix, only 52 years old, electronic music producer and composer and performer, passed away. No news on cause of death. This is the only record of hers under her name that I have, one-on-one. On the Warp label, 50 is young anymore. I mean, it really is, like I was saying. And it's like, wow, what, it just sucks. She's very distinct in sound, and I actually had a hard time understanding what it is she does at first. That good. She has a remix of a Boards of Canada song that I don't have on vinyl. I just have the file. Sand Sings, but it's one of my favorites. As soon as it starts, the very first tone of this remix, let me see if it's on my computer. I know exactly what it is, and I just love it. Might not be on my computer right now, but it is one of my favorites. I love it. Yeah, here it is. Let me see. I hope I don't get blocked. Just playing the first second of the track. Yeah, see, as soon as I hear that, even those first chinky sounds, like percussive sounds, I know what I'm hearing. I just love it. It's a wonderful remix. Rest in peace, Mira Calix. Philip Jeck, I understand, passed away too. Now, he's an artist I don't know much about, but he's involved in circles of music that I love, outside of the mainstream kind of. So, rest in peace, folks. I just want to acknowledge that about those folks, okay? Really, not much. Okay. So I'll just riff on what's down here and see if I keep going, okay? Because I'm enjoying this connection, and I'm enjoying being able to share my thoughts with you. I love the fact that I hear from folks who say, yeah, we hear you, and we're human too. So after talking to Frank about Black Midi the other day and playing some for him, there's time for me to play some Black Midi all the way through. Their first album, Schlagenheim. This is some cool shit. I love that they're so young. It's also what I was talking with Frank about. It's like when we were young, this is what it was about. The amazing creativity of young people. That's not dead. Good music and creativity is not dead. Originality is not dead. The marketplace is just so controlled and so overpowering because of financial concerns that the main thing that people are exposed to is product as opposed to art, but art lives. Online, folks were showing, someone was showing an Associates album, Sulk, yeah. Hadn't played it for a while, so pulled this single. Loved this song, Club Country, and then the B-sides, you know. And the main B-side is instrumental, featuring Alan Rankin's wonderful music that he put together with Billy McKenzie. This guy had a hell of a voice, once again died too soon, I don't know what happened. It just does seem like the industry, I don't know what happened to him, but I will say this in regards to him being dead already, that the music industry and industry in general is so inhumane and uncaring, and all it wants is to exploit you. They talked about him being the new Bowie, and it's like, no, there's never going to be a new Bowie. He had an amazing voice, and he had a presence that made you wonder, is he straight, is he gay? Oh my, am I attracted to him? What's going on here? So they played that up really well, I think, in the, what did they marketed, the Associates. But the band was just killer. Such good music and songs. All that other crap wasn't necessary, and that's what happens. It's out, Cavalcade by Black Midi. I haven't played it again yet, but I will. Here's something I was telling Frank about, because we were big into 4AD back in the 80s and the 90s. Big followers of bands on 4AD. So like Pale Saints, for example, both he and I like them a lot. But he didn't know about Esp Summer. So I turned Frank onto this record. Pictures of Heaven, I think is the name of it. And it took me a minute to get into this. I thought something was strange about it at first. Like it wasn't coming in clear as to what's going on here. And then it turns out that's the appeal of it. It's like, we're going to take you into another alternate reality with this sound and these feelings. And this is pretty damn cool. Esp Summer. Okay, that's all that's out from play yesterday. Am I going to do a pull for you guys? Guess what? Yeah, I am, because I've, like I said, I do things selfishly like the rest of us, because I like to do it. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? Been enjoying the pulls myself. It's like, oh wow, even I don't know. So let's see. We haven't gone way back in the corner here, so let's go back way back in the corner. We'll go here first, all right? And then we'll go below. And try to reach, and some records I can tell what they are just by the feel of the jacket. So I try not to grab those. Here we have the German band Jane. Okay, so Age of Madness is the name of this album. A couple of reasons why I have these Jane albums. Jane are not a prog rock band from Germany. They're a hard rock band from Germany. They're on the Brain label. As you know, I love the Brain label. Jane's first couple albums are pretty good. Okay. Together, the first album, I do actually really like that album. But several years ago, someone sold their Jane collection at Homer's. And they were all on Brain. Several of them were on Green Brain, which is very collectible, or desirable even to me, just to me personally. So I bought them. So that's why I have this. But I don't rate this album very highly. Any of you Jane fans want to tell me how you feel about this album in their discography? Like I said, the first album, Together, is the one that I like that the most. Let's go below. I try to grab records that feel like I can barely grab them, and because it seems like, oh wow, that might be something that's been hidden in here, and I don't even know what it is. So let's see what I pulled. Low Flying Aircraft with David Cross and Keith Tippett. This is a fusion album that, to my ears, now I'm going to play this again today because this is the one to me where it's like you've got these good players, but not everyone's on the same, doesn't seem to be on the same level. And by that I mean the rhythm section. I'm going to have to play this again because it's like there was a while when this was being talked about in collector circles like it was some sort of item. And so I was kind of after it. And when I finally got it, I think Chris Cole might have given this to me. I was disappointed. Excuse me. I love Keith Tippett's playing, so I got to play this today and see what it is. But that's what I remember of it. I'll do another. Straight down here. Okay. This is coming easily, but I'm going to go ahead and grab it. What do we have? Excuse me. Well, if you know Noi, then I don't have to say anything, do I? Motoric, Krautrock, an album and a band that started a whole lot of stuff with a real simple idea. Noi 75. When I was in high school, my French friend gave me the UK copy on the pink with the pink cover of the Noi album with Hello Gallo. I had it for a long time and just, again, didn't realize what I had and somehow lost track of it over the years. That is still just something really special and groundbreaking about the Noi records. I really like them. Okay, I'm going to go over here and then I think I'll relax. Let's try this shelf here. Don't look, Derek, don't look. I was tempted to look. What did I get? Underworld. Another. I love electronic music. I like to dance, but I don't like clubs, and I'm not a bar person. I used to go to raves when they first started. Checking out MDA and ecstasy and all that stuff, Love dance, love electronic music, but I'm comfortable with dancing at home. And so I love electronic dance music. Underworld are fantastic. Barbara, we face a shining future. And then Carl Hyde, I believe is his name. Before anybody knew who he was doing some production work with Prince, if I understand correctly. That makes sense because, I'll say it makes sense to me because one of the things about Underworld is how they make everything really groove. Everything they do makes you want to move. I love the timbres. They've had different members besides Carl, but the trajectory of the music has always been really high and good. I love it. Okay, folks, so in regards to when I share thoughts about humanity, I'll just keep it up because we live in a world where there's a lot of power in creating illusions, and also there's a lot of power in denying people information or correct information. And by that, I mainly mean that society still puts out a lot of messages of inequality and classism. And if you don't do this, you're not that. And if you do that, you're this. And it's very powerful, and it's the world we live in. And so those And this shapes our inner worlds. And so there's a lot of misery. There's a lot of personal misery because of these things I mentioned, because people are not given a proper and true message about their value as a human, just being alive. And it's just, I just hate it, So I always feel like when it comes up to say something, I do. It's like, claim your own humanity, claim your own divinity. Dare to love yourself, warts and all. Dare to think of yourself in terms separate from the criteria that has been shoved down your throat, that you have to make a certain amount of money, you have to look a certain way, you have to be a certain color, you want to live in a certain part of town, all that absolute garbage. And that's what's ruling this world. People who think that way and think that's cool. It's so uncool. Each one of you, just as you are the very best. Or at least ways you have the potential to be the very best you. So go for it. Claim it. That's an ongoing thing in my mind, in my head, is to just be okay with myself and not accept the narrative of the world. It's just so fucked up.
Since the end of apartheid, the soundtrack of the country.
God, I can't even stand listening to the news anymore. Have a good day.